to pull off a few boxing shows, a real good fights in the middle of a pandemic where everything went quiet, everything went locked down. So yeah, it's a massive part of history which I'm proud to be a part of.
Thank you. Another question I've got is, obviously this is for the English heavyweight title. This is arguably the biggest step for both of your guys' careers. How do you feel having that for your sort of first belt? Do you find that there's more pressure on your shoulders for that, also given the occasion, or do you just treat it like any normal fight with the same kind of goal?
No, I think the best way to deal with these things is to just treat it like any other day, any other fight, any opportunity, any other event. You prepare all in the same way. You try not to keep things too different. You try and keep it all as kind of in-house and as close as you can, and run through it all like it's a normal day in the office kind of thing, and just work through that. And
just finally, obviously a win in this fight sort of puts you on the proper domestic level and sort of fringe European level. Was that sort of another incentive for you when you were training, the fact that when you get through this fight, you're really up there with the big names in the heavyweight division?
Yeah, of course. This is, like we said at the beginning of my coming out party, this is my announcement to say, no, I'm a serious contender. I'm really there for people. I'm really there to be considered for them top level guys who may have got more accolades and they've got more kind of a reputation and more of a backing than me, but I'm just as deadly as they are.
Brilliant. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
All right. Pep Talk Pro Beez, joined by Fabio Wardley. How you doing? You all right?
I'm good. How's things, bro?
I'm doing well. You know, it was the first time we managed to catch up, and I'm looking forward to fight camp. I know you're pumped. First and foremost, how was the COVID-19 test? You look well.
Yeah, no, it wasn't as like gruesome as everyone was going on. It wasn't as bad. Like, they went a little bit far down your throat, but like everything else was quite easy, to be fair. I didn't gag or nothing, so I did all right.
Yeah. And preparations for you during lockdown, I mean, how's it been for you overall? Obviously, there's been a lack of sparring. Again, it's not what you're used to, but how have you kind of made those adjustments?
That's the only thing, really. That was the only real problem throughout the whole kind of camp, was sparring. Just because a lot of people weren't training, and if they were training, they weren't really sparring fit, and they didn't really want to spar because they probably didn't have fights coming up. So yeah, it did kind of made that whole thing a bit more difficult, but I still managed to get a good amount of sparring in, and we just sucked out some of those for some more cardio and stuff. So we covered all bases.
English title, you've only had 8 fights. How are you feeling? I mean, you're moving quite rapidly.
Yeah, we're moving at a good pace. Like I say, I've got Dill behind me, a good backing who's with me and my goals and the things I want to do. So he's right there with me, supporting me and kicking me on. That's why I've been able to move along a bit quicker than probably your usual kind of prospects would come through. But this is what we want to do. This is the plan. This is the goals. We're not here to kind of just coast through and keep fighting journeymen and keep getting easy wins. I'm here to fight some real competitors, some real challengers.
Yeah, I suppose this fight, you know, is going to show exactly where you are. I mean, you've got above that, you've got the likes of Daniel Dubois. You know, you're talking about the Joe Joyce levels. So this is very important for you to win this fight, actually.
100%, yeah. This is the one that puts me right behind them boys. Well, they've had a few more fights than me, and obviously a lot longer ABA careers than me. But this is the one that puts me just behind them and puts my name in contention when you're mentioning their names as well.
What's it going to be come fight night? Maximum violence?
Always. I was raised on maximum violence. That's what it's always going to be.
Excellent. Fabio, it's been a pleasure. Good luck come fight night.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, mate.
Fabio, can I jump in with a couple more questions? Is that right?
Yeah,
Right,
cool.
yeah.
Good.
Wicked. How did you rate Joe Joyce's performance at the weekend?
He didn't look his best, but the fight was what the fight was. It was a warm-up for him and Daniel later in the year. So take from that what you will. I try not to read into things like that. When you're a bit more in tune with the boxing game and you kind of know how things run and stuff, you know what them fights are there for. You know that, yeah, he'd have prepared for it, but he wasn't at his 100% best. That was just to shake off a bit of rust and just to kind of flex out a bit and show off a little bit. So I don't take too much from that. It wasn't the best performance, but he got the job done. He got him finished up, so you can't really take nothing away from him.
Who did you rate as the number 1 in the division?
I think you have to put Fury up there.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to put Fury at the absolute top. Yeah, I think you do. Obviously, he's still undefeated, and still, obviously, what he did to Wilder was a massive, massive thing that no one's ever seen before. So, yeah, I think you have to put him up there. He'd be up there for me.
And after your fight with Simon Vallily, when you get the win that you're looking for, are you dipping down to 5 guys?
Yeah, always. That's the first spot. It's not as I'm not the O2, so I can't just nip out quickly round the back and go sneak one. But I'll definitely find one. I'll definitely find one.
Wicked. Thanks, Fabio.
I'll just jump in with one quick question, if that's all right.
Sure.
Can I get a final prediction? I'm not sure if you like giving a prediction, but a final prediction come Saturday night.
Final prediction is a good solid fight where you get to see a lot more of me, a lot more of my skills, a lot more of what I can do, and then we'll finish it up with a nice KO.
You'll finish it up with a KO. Top man, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Thanks.